What's up? I guess we're live. All right, you guys. So, welcome to the first ever live episode. Um, Obviously, I don't expect very many people to be on here. I'm probably going to spend 4 hours alone. But I figured I'd just kind of introduce myself, introduce what I'm trying to do here, and kind of get the ball rolling. So first of all, my name's Taras. I'm a mechanical engineer. I've spent probably the last 20 years of my life in some capacity working on cars, whether it's helping my dad in the shop to then, starting working on my own cars to eventually just doing some pretty cool builds. Obviously, that's subjective, but I think they were pretty cool. So, you know, the reason what I'm trying to do here, sorry, I think this mic might be. Let me see if I could switch. I want to see if I can switch the mic because I have my own mic. Anyways, I'll try to figure this out. I'm sorry that I kind of started late. I know I said I'd be here at 8 o'clock, but I think I started at 8:05. I got a family. My son's the priority, and having dinner with my wife and whatnot. So I'm gonna try to be here at 8 o'clock every Monday, but it might be a couple minutes off here and there. Anyways, as I was saying, I think I'm trying to be useful to the community, to people who really have no mechanical experience, no experience working on cars. I want to do my best to kind of answer your questions, even if you're not going to work on your car yourself. If you have any questions about something a shop told you you need to do to your car, something a shop told you, a pricing on random stuff, I kind of know some ins and outs of the automotive repair business. So I guess let's take you back through how I started off working on cars. Well, I began working on cars when I was probably like 8 years old. Now, don't quote me on this. It was probably, I'm guessing it was sooner than that, but I really don't remember. But so my dad has been rebuilding salvage cars for as long as I can remember, really. And growing up, that was our only option, was to go, and it was me and my brother. But our only option was to go and work basically with my dad at the shop. I hope that you guys can hear me well. I'm a little worried that you can't. I wish there was somebody in here who would tell me. Maybe I'll join my own and I'll see if I can hear it. But yeah, growing up, I spent literally my entire life working on cars. I'm gonna play this on my phone. Cars. I'm gonna play this. Oh, that's perfect. On my phone. Cars. I'm gonna play this. Oh, that's perfect. On my phone. Cars. I'm gonna play this. Oh, that's perfect. On my phone. Okay. Sorry, you guys can hear me pretty well, so I'm cool with that. So yeah, like I said, growing up, I spent every single weekend at the shop. I would go to school on the weekdays. I'd go to school, and when I'd come home, my dad would be waiting for me, and for me and my brother, and he'd pick us up, and we'd go to the shop, and that's where I spent my you know entire freaking life essentially. So obviously, over the years, I'd like to believe that I've learned a thing or two about working on cars. Got a little smoothie here. But over the years, I feel like I have gotten pretty decent at, working on cars, obviously. And I've noticed that there's so many people out there who have just no idea of what's going on, and they have no idea of how to, not even how to work on cars, but how to not get taken advantage of by these shops. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just help you guys out. So I used to do pretty crappy videos on YouTube. For 10 years, I ran my other channel. It was called or it was called, first it was called Dub Club, then it was called Objective Garage. Or sorry, first it was called Dub Club. Then it went to IT Performance, and now I've started a new channel called Objective Garage. So if you want to see some of the work that I've done, the videos are very crappy, but you can check it out on IT Performance. Uh, I'll link it. I'll comment it in the chat here. Actually, got to figure out what the URL for that is. But I figured, I obviously understand that I am probably going to have 0 viewers in the first couple of videos, or first, I guess we'll see however many videos. But I figured what I could do is I could go on Reddit and just answer car questions on there. And all right, sorry about that. So here, I'm going to post my old channel in the comments. All right, I just posted it, but I figured I could go on Reddit and I could answer some of your guys' questions. I have, some of the Redditors' questions. I have yet to figure out exactly how all this works. I wish I had more time before this to try to, check everything out here in the live tab, but this is obviously my first time in here. So sorry, bear with me if you, if you think I'm stupid or whatever, that's fine. But yeah, so sorry, back to my story. So I originally started off, like I said, working with my dad, and then, I graduated high school, I did college, I went to Cleveland State University, I got an engineering degree, mechanical engineer, and I just didn't like working in an office for whatever reason. And while I was, kind of doing that, I also built my 2G Eclipse, which I bought for $1,500. It was a GST, but it came with a built 4G63 at the time, which was incredible that I got this deal. But it was a 2G, no rust, GST, came with a built 4G63. It came with the full all-wheel drive swap. Everything, parts-wise, was mostly there. I ended up buying a whole bunch of random stuff for it that I technically didn't need to. But I completely tore that down the shell, rebuilt it. That's all on the IT Performance page. Again, if you're going to watch those videos, you have to have uh, a very low um, expectations. Just have minimal expectations for it because those videos are trash. But you can kind of see what everything I did to it is. So while that was like while I was doing engineering, I kind of did that, and then eventually I just said screw it. I quit my job, my engineering job, and I just started a shop. And I called it IT Performance. That's when I changed the name of the channel to IT Performance, and I did that for I think almost 5 years, maybe 4 years. And then I had a kid, and I've kind of just been chilling at home. So I'm thinking this is the perfect opportunity to um, try to make something happen with this YouTube stuff. So I've been really trying to step up the game, and I think it's definitely been an improvement in the quality of my content. If you go to IT Performance and then you go to Objective Garage, it's obvious that the content has been improved. But um, that took up so much time, man. Editing even one video a week. I'm not great at the software. I'm not great at all of that stuff. So I really took a lot of time to edit, probably like 4 hours a night, every single night of the week. I would come here and edit. And that's like probably starting off at like 11 p.m., going to like 2, 3, 4 a.m. sometimes. Sometimes I went all the way through the night just to get these videos uploaded. And doing that much editing, I ended up not having any time to actually do any projects. So I've been trying to come up with a way to be able to still put out weekly content, um, something useful, something that something of value, but then still have time to kind of do little projects here and there. Like I just built some headlights for my Honda Element. Here they are. Pretty cool little setup going on. And even just filming that, just filming that took up so much of my time. And because that's obviously not just sitting down and shooting something, you have to build the headlights in the process. So that just took up so much time that I was like, man, I got to come up with a way to make this, be able to make weekly content, but then also be able to do cool stuff like that and document it and post videos about that as well. So what I came up with is this is a weekly live session, at least one. It's going to be 4 hours, man. This is going to be grueling 4 hours for you guys. I'm probably going to take a break, like 5-minute break every hour or something like that. But we're going to do that. And then in between time, now that I have, my weeknights opened up and I have like 2 days a week where I'm not watching my son, that I can, work on something for a prolonged period of time. But so that's why I'm like, I think this will be perfect because now I have some time to actually do some projects. Got a freaking hole in my shirt here. I'm actually gonna take this off. But yeah, I got some time. So now, like I said, I have some time to do some projects here and there, and then hopefully I'll have more time to actually edit even higher quality videos, because maybe eventually it'll be like a lot easier for me to edit these videos. Maybe eventually I'll kind of get the hang of it and I'll have a formula dialed in that I'm like, okay, this, and then, it'll be render, it'll be a good quality video. But while I'm trying to figure everything out, it just takes so much time. Like it's absurd. Like, and this is something that I've recently learned, that editing just takes so much time because when I was doing my old channel, I would literally, and I shit you not, okay, I would chop the video up, and there would be like probably like two. I don't even know. There could have been even be like 5 minute long time lapses without me saying anything. Uh, that are just fast forwarded of every single thing I did to this whatever car, the Mitsubishi project, and it would just be that, and then there'd be like 10 seconds of me saying something, and then boom, another 4 or 5, 2, 3, whatever, however many minutes of just time lapse. So obviously that did not take very long to edit, but you know, I'm trying to learn to give you higher quality videos. So that's the plan. Weekly live session and sporadic, hopefully at least weekly. But for now, I'm gonna do hopefully bi-weekly. That'll give me enough time to actually be satisfied with the video, because what I've noticed is I'll render something and what I've noticed is that I will finalize a video, whatever, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the coolest video I've ever made. And then I upload it, and then a week later I watch it and I'm like, oh man, I should have changed this, should have changed that. I should have, tried to improve the audio here. I should have done this, that, and the other. And I think it just takes a little bit of time to like marinate in my head. So that's why I'm doing the bi-weekly thing. Hopefully I can get you a video every other week. I have actually the video on the headlights, the Element headlights, hopefully coming out early next week. This is going to be hopefully the best DIY video I've ever made. I'm a little bit not quite sure exactly how to shoot these DIY videos, honestly. It seems pretty straightforward, but then every time I go to actually shoot something like this, it always ends up being the same thing. And I'm not sure if it's just something I can improve in editing. I'm sure I can. But also, I think there's room for improvement in the shooting of these videos on their own. So I think there might be 2 people in here. I believe so. Anyways, that's going to be the format. Now, I would eventually love to be able to do more of these weekly or more of these live sessions per week or whatever, where I could actually, take you guys into the garage, into the shop, whatever, wherever I'm working at, and kind of work on a car while live. I think that would be super cool. Like build something really cool. Like I have this crazy idea for a rear-engined VR6 powered turbo 3000 GT drift car, I guess, race car, some sort of race car, because I really want to get into some sort of racing. So basically what I want to do is chop the back off past the doors and then build a tubular rear end, put a VW VR6 buy like a Mark IV Jetta Golf, whatever, and just put the engine, the transmission, the subframe, even the front suspension in the back of, uh, 3000 GT. And according to my speculation, I think I would only have to make some sort of delete for the steering rack, something to kind of hold the wheels from turning in the back. But other than that, I think everything else should be pretty straightforward. Like, obviously, I'd have to have a standalone ECU. I'd have to, um, there's a lot of stuff to figure out still, but I think for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. And then stock VR6 can handle like 500 horsepower, so throw a turbo on it, make 450, and go drifting. So that's what I want to do. I might have to figure out how to screen share on here. Share screen. Duh. Okay, nice. So that's how you do it. I'm gonna do that in a minute here, but that's what I want to do. I'd love to be able to take you guys in the shop so you can actually watch me work live, so you can actually see the real process of building something that's, because I feel like all these YouTubers, all these TV shows, these car shows, it's all like, it just feels like it's boom, that easy, boom, that easy, boom, that easy. And voila, you have a Huracan that's LS powered or whatever. But in reality, I find it really, really, really hard to believe that everything goes as smoothly as they portray it to go. So I want to take you guys in the shop, give you guys a real, unedited, live work session, building session. So that's the goal. We were gonna have to work a little bit towards that. This is not gonna happen, not gonna be anytime soon. I mean, hopefully, but I doubt it. So, all right. Also, I'm going to, like I said, I'm gonna try to answer any automotive questions that you might have. If you do take my advice, just know that obviously you're taking it at your own risk. I can't guarantee you that my idea of what the problem is or my idea of what I think is right is 100% always going to be right. All I can give you is uh, my best advice, and hopefully that'll be enough for you guys. So obviously, take my advice at your own risk. But another quick note is, so the reason that I actually decided to do this is I was sitting on here one night and I was like, I don't know what possessed me to think about live content, but I was like, all right, well, let's see what kind of live content is out there for cars. And well, I think it was like pretty late. It was like 11 o'clock, but there was absolutely not a single car show out there. And I'm like, I feel like people would like to watch some live content. So that's that's where we're at now. All right. Let's look at Reddit. Let me pull up some sort of subreddit, which I think I actually have here. I guess let's look up auto repair. All right, let's just jump right into this, I guess. Here, let's see if I can share my screen. All right. All righty. So, is this acceptable? Paid $3,000. Um, I would say no, but I also don't know exactly what was done to the car. Was it just the bumper? Was it the bumper fenders? Headlight? You'd have to kind of answer more questions, which seems like nobody's really asked. Like if these people, you know, rebuilt half the car, then I guess it might be acceptable. But quick glance, not really. But the problem is they probably used a Taiwan bumper, and they probably used Taiwan bumper spacers, which are those brackets that the bumper clips into. And well, those are, and probably a Taiwan fender if they replaced it, and those just aren't bent right. The spacers aren't molded right, so you're gonna have issues like this. You could potentially figure out a way to kind of rig it to be better, but uh, this shouldn't be acceptable because I don't believe that it just looks like they use the cheapest parts possible. Is it possible for my car, silver, to cause damage, blue, or are they trying to insurance scam me? I'm not sure where the damage is at. You mean you would have to like line your car up to you'd have to like line these two cars up and see. I don't see how your car could have caused this perfect circle here. And you just have to see if there's anything on your car that kind of lines up with these marks here. So it's very difficult to say. Oh, I guess that's just a. I have no idea what that is. What is that? You don't have any round things on the Lexus, so I'd say probably not. I'd imagine that if anything hit, it would be like down here with the lip, kind of on the bottom of the bumper, and maybe like kind of right where this tow hook cover is. And it looks like your car is absolutely untouched. So, yeah, I'm gonna say probably not. I don't see how your car could have caused those two perfect circles. Batteries 12 volts off of 13 off and 13. Battery reads 12 volts off and 13.3 volts running. Battery or alternator issue. I believe that you have no issue. That's sounds about right. The car sat unused for 2 months. The battery seemed to have gone dead. I jumped it, started it, drove it for 40 minutes without any issues. But when I tried to start it again, an hour later, it wouldn't start. Okay, so you have a battery issue. You just need a new battery. It reads 12 volts, but it's got no cold cranking power, so you just need a new battery. Transmission replacement, 2003 Trailblazer. Hey guys, I'm not sure exactly where else to ask this. I've recently had issues shifting out of third in my Trailblazer, so I think it's time to replace my transmission, as I have a brand new one sitting in my garage. However, my issue is I moved from the place where I had the transmission jack and everything, so I have to have somebody else do it for me. I suppose my first question is, do you think $1,300 is a fair price? That's what I got quoted. It's a bit steep in my opinion, but it could be much worse. My second question is, does anybody have good places for me to go for an auto repair loan? I could take a personal loan if I really required. Okay. $1,300 seems actually pretty fair. It is high. I mean, I'd still do it myself if I were you. Just I've replaced plenty of transmissions with just a floor jack, and you know, I would certainly do it myself. But for $1,300, that seems like a decent deal. And as far as places to go for an auto repair loan, I didn't even know that was real. So there you go. Junkyard parts can save you hundreds, but know what to avoid. We'll skip that one. I don't know what a Fiat Ducato is, so we'll skip that one. Does this look like somebody keyed my car? That looks worse. That looks like somebody ran into your car with something. So there you go. Front control arm repaired or not? If you're asking if it looks like that has been replaced, no. If you're asking if it needs to be repaired, your ball joint boot is all ripped. So even if it's not bad right this second, water, dirt, grease, or grime, rocks, whatever is going to be getting in there, and it's going to wear out pretty fast. That's what the boot's for, to keep all the stuff out. Is there any difference between these two oils? Oh yeah, there is. This is Castrol GTX. That's a synthetic blend, and this is a full synthetic oil. So that's the difference right there. Synthetic blend, full synthetic. Get the edge. Fixable, self-buffer, or shop. You're definitely not going to buff out the dents there. Yeah, you're going to have to paint the doors. Yeah, I don't know how you would. Definitely fixable, but definitely not. I think there's dents. It looks like there's dents. Also, one thing you could do is you could, if you have a self buffer and you want to try that, buff it yourself and see what it looks like. See how you feel about it. If you're okay with a couple of scratches, whatever, a couple dents, then I wouldn't worry about it. But if you want it to be perfect, you're going to have to repaint the two doors. And I'm sure there's going to be body work involved. Chirp noise when starting up. Most likely, I don't have no idea. I would Google this. Let's see. Here. Let's Google 2022 Ford Ranger chirp noise on startup. if this sounds like what you're experiencing, could be a loose belt. Yeah, I mean, it could be many things. I don't really know the answer to that one. Not too familiar with those Fords, to be honest with you. Moving on. Stop using Bondos on rust holes. It's not a real fix. True that, my friend. True that. I mean, I really don't think that there's much of a fix for rust. I know you can cut it out, you can weld it, but it's just going to rust where you welded it last. So I tend to try to avoid rust as much as possible, just so that I don't have to deal with, because I feel like it's just never going to, it's never going to be good. If it's already rusted, then it's a tough, it's tough to get it to continue to, you know. Here's an example. I painted a Civic. Well, we painted a Civic. My brother painted a Civic. I did all the body work. I got it all prepped and whatever. And it had a rust on the quarter panels. So what we did is we cut them out. You know, we cut out the rust. We welded in new sheet metal, primer, sealer. We caulked everything. We seam sealed everything. We cavity waxed it as much as we possibly could. Like, I spent a tremendous amount of time just in there, trying to do my best to make sure that it doesn't rust. And it's been, I don't know, 6 months, and I think there's a bubble forming on one of the quarters. It is very hard to get into all the little crevices and all the little areas where, uh, you know, outside, fine, sure, but it's just going to rust from the inside out. So you have to coat it from the inside, and that's where the problem arises. And maybe there's a technology out there that I don't know about yet, but I couldn't get it coated, and it just rusted out. All right. Is this scratch repairable? That looks like it would buff out with some rubbing compound. Most likely that would buff out with rubbing compound. Auto repair coverage advice. My car is out of warranty. My car just went out of warranty, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to handle potential repairs. I don't want to get hit with a huge repair bill, but I also don't want to overspend on coverage I might not need. Any advice on auto repair coverage? We need more details as far as what kind of car you have. You just have to see if whatever car you have, if it's problematic, if there's a lot of issues that arise from it, and then kind of make a judgment call. If you have a Honda Civic, I'd say pass on the coverage. If you have a Ford Fusion, coverage might not be a bad idea. So it really just depends. There's a lot of factors, and based on the information given here, there's no way for me to actually make a recommendation. Average cost, question mark. What is that, the hood latch, or is that just the ground? What's going on here? That's insane. I've got a 2005 Trailblazer. And the ground lead wire was shredded when I popped open the hood because said wire seems like it was ripped out and shredded from about the midsection. I can't pinpoint where the other ends of the wire goes. Are any help is appreciated. Well, for one, you're going to have to pinpoint where the other end of the wire goes regardless, so unless you just decide to get rid of the car, I guess, but that if it's a ground cable, it's most likely going between the block and the body. If it's yeah, I mean, this is easy to fix. You just have to find where it goes and just throw a new wire. So, uh, yeah, I really wouldn't worry about this one. Scratch windshield, trying to remove sticky adhesive. Yikes. What in the world? What are you trying to remove it with? 40 grit? I'm not sure if there's a fix for this. You might be able to polish it. I've never polished glass. I don't know. I would take that as a lesson learned and go get a new windshield, I guess. Door swings open with no resistance. Hold on, let me see. Did I goof up with this? Let me check this out. Did I not okay. Okay. I think that I may have had it to where you guys couldn't comment. Warning. But another thing that I could do on these is if nobody ends up joining me for for hours, for weeks and weeks and weeks, I mean, I'll just go on here and edit and just wait for you guys to come up. And we'll see what happens. All right. Check this out. My car was broken into in attempted theft. Yep, it's a Kia. Of course it was. Incredible. 300 miles from home, cylinder 3 misfiring. Well, I'm currently 300 miles from home, waiting on a tow, but it's near midnight on a Sunday, so stuff is taking a while. It's a solid check engine light, and I've used my own cheap OBD reader to find that it's a cylinder 3 misfire. The car is a 2014 Jeep Cherokee. I was wondering if anyone knew how bad it could be driving this really any distance. The best info I can give is that I did have my spark plugs replaced and fuel line cleaned a few weeks ago in preparation for the drive. And then my gas tank and the part that lets air out does not function, so I have to fill the gas tank extremely slowly. So, what you're risking driving with a misfire is, more engine damage, which is it kind of depends on if it doesn't sound like it's knocking, you might be okay to finish off the drive, but you're also clogging up your cats because um, the unburnt fuel just clogs up the cats. And I guess my one question is, how much were you charged for this fuel line cleaning? Um, I don't know exactly what in the world that means. And I'm 99% sure that whoever charged you didn't do anything. They just charge you the money because that's fake. That's not real. Like nobody does fuel line cleanings. There's no need to do a fuel line cleaning on a 2014 uh, car. It's that makes zero sense to me. Maybe you're talking about fuel injector cleaning, which is possible, which makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, considering that it was just worked on, first thing I would do is just go over, make sure everything's plugged in. Moving on. Should the car parking brake cable be moving like that? Yes, that's it's fine. I wouldn't worry about it. I don't know why you are worried about it. If your parking brake works, then don't worry about it. What can I use to cover up my oil engine leak? What? What does that mean? My building has underground parking, and the leaks cause very large dark oil stains that are very visible. My condo board has threatened to force me to pay for cleanup. I was thinking of using cat litter or maybe a huge rubber mat. My mechanic says I don't need to fix the leak for now, as it's not cost effective and it's still road safe. Yeah, '07 Dodge Caliber, I don't blame you. I wouldn't put any extra money into it that you don't need to put into it. Yeah, I would just throw a rubber mat under it. The kitty litter is not. I mean, it's gonna soak it up, but I'm afraid that it might still leave a mark on the floor. So I think rubber mat would be the best bet. You're watching? You're the only one watching. Huh? Yeah, that's all right. You don't have to watch. All righty. Sorry about that. Moving on. My 15 Rogue died in a parking lot. No surprise. It's a 15 Rogue. Nissan, baby. The only sign there was any semblance of power was the red security key light blinking on the dash. I would start by replacing your battery because that's what it seems like to me. We're not going to listen to that one. I just noticed I had part of my exhaust replaced last week. Is this normal? It's leaking a little bit. Um, it looks like the section of your exhaust that remains is it's very rusty and crusty, and it looks like there's part of the flange actually looks like it's rusted away. So as long as you don't hear it farting, as long as you don't, there's no audible exhaust leak, I believe it. The condensation is normal. Um, no big deal. I have '05 Chevy Equinox. The start fuse component is not giving power to the start fuse. What can I do? I have no idea what you're saying. If you're not getting power at the fuse, usually there's some bigger fuses, uh, kind of closer to the battery. You'd have to look up because there's the battery, then there's a couple of big fuses, and then they go into the smaller fuses. Usually, I'm not sure about the Equinox, but this is usually how it is. And if one of those burns out, it could in turn make it so that you don't have any power anywhere else. So just see if there's any bigger fuses that are burnt out. Can I easily repair this? Um, that doesn't look too bad. I could easily repair this. I don't know about what kind of skills you have. The hell is that? I don't know what kind of skills you have, but this part where the lower half of the fender bolts in right here, that is most certainly bent back. So you would just have to figure that out. But other than that, yeah, it's not too bad. Get your Camry back on the road, partner. I'm sure insurance would total this, by the way. Side marker light wiring in my 2010 Tacoma completely ripped apart, and now my part marker light won't come on. How should I go about fixing them? Your fuse most likely burnt because when they ripped apart, they most likely burned the fuse out. Find the fuse, replace it, and make sure those wires aren't touching. 18 Jetta 1.4 turbo, about coolant flush. Car has 124K. I was thinking about doing a coolant flush. Last winter, the coolant got so low the light came on. Filled it with VW specific coolant, no issues. Looking at YouTube videos, it seems more complex than draining old fluid and adding new coolant. It's not especially mechanically gifted. I've done brakes, swapped, whatever. Is this a be safe, have a mechanic do it? This is definitely a don't try this at home if you don't know what you're doing. I worked on one of those, and putting coolant in that thing was the biggest pain in the butt. I don't remember exactly how what the book says to do, but I believe that the way that I actually got it to fill was, if I remember correctly, I took one of the coolant hoses off, actually, one of the small ones, kind of around the intake manifold, and that allowed it to purge the air out. And then once I got coolant coming out of that, I put it back on, and it was It was good, but I remember I had the biggest pain, and it was the worst time of my life ever filling a coolant system, was this Jetta, so I would not do this at home. Let's see what the comment is. No comments. Alright, yeah, don't do that at home. Transmission failing, '06 Altima, no shit. Oil drain pan dented from hitting a curb. Oil, slow, leak. Yes. I don't know what the question is. What's the question? It most likely dislodged the pan a little bit, causing the leak. Wife hit a curb on the way to work, dented it the corner of the drain pan, causing the drain to come loose and oil to come out. It's leaking a few drops in a day, very small amount. What would your suggestion be? My suggestion would be take the pan off. If it's clearly bent somewhere, straighten it out, put new RTV on it, and send it. It'll be good. You guys, this is something that I wanted to mention real quick is this is advice from a guy that kind of just figures this stuff out, on my own. I never had any books to do it by. I never had anything that I could go to for help other than Google. Everything else I had to figure out on my own, and so this advice is coming from that angle. Sure, buy the book. That last thing, yeah, of course, you'd have to replace the pan, replace the bolts, replace the gaskets, replace everything. But what I try to do is I try to save money, I try to save time, I try to save just everything. And it might even be that I try to save too much things. But the point is, I'm trying to save you guys money and save you guys time. So hopefully, uh, you know, hopefully that'll work out for you guys. So this is definitely not advice you're going to get from a book. This is advice from 20 years of putting cars together with minimal inputs. So let's keep going. Fiesta hood won't close. Tried everything. Yeah, if I had an locking striker, yep. Okay. Your hood latch was just seized. So that's what happened. Rough idle, Santa Fe. Just those motors are junk. Your motor's probably going out. I've replaced a motor on one of these. If I remember correctly, it was the 2-liter turbo. You most likely need a new motor. New pads and rotors every 20K miles. Is this normal? I wouldn't do that, but I guess if somebody pays, then why not? I wouldn't see this as a red flag. "2015 Elantra. I'm trying to figure out what parts I actually need for this repair, whether it's something I could tackle myself or just hand the job off to a body shop. I'm comfortable replacing the window, but I'm a little worried about dealing with the pillar. Any advice? That pillar is gonna be a pain in the butt to fix. You're gonna have to cut the window out. You're gonna need some sort of to weld something on this edge here that you're trying to pull out. You're gonna have to pull it. You're gonna have to hammer. This is going to be not as simple as it seems to fix this. So it just depends on what tooling you have. You can see that it's like bent down here. Yep. I wouldn't. I would try to save this if I could. What could this be from? Something hitting your glass. I don't know. Yeah, you probably hit a rock or something. It just shattered. Does this part need to be sealed or glued or with something? Someone tried to pry it off and was somewhat successful. It depends on what car it is. There's no way for me to know. Doesn't say. Yeah, 18 Ultima. You'd have to just look it up. There looks like there's a link to fix that. So there you go. Let's look up some sort of different. All right. I think I'm going to take a quick break here. I'll take like 10 minutes and then I will be back on. I'm not sure if there's a way to like pause this. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. And I decided that I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to go and we're going to look at my old YouTube channel. And we're going to start from the very beginning and watch a video or two, depending on the length. And we will see exactly why my videos were such horrible crap back in the day. So let's go. Alrighty. This is a reinvigorated banner that I did. I don't remember what it was back in the day, but it was probably horrible. The logo's not too bad. Thumbnails are, well, they're crappy. To be quite honest, I think I like this thumbnail. I like this one, but I think I just overdid it with the ITP around. This one's kind of overdone as well. It looks like AI. But let's see. We're going to go back to the first video. How do you do this? There you go. Hold this. 9 years ago. No. This was probably uploaded sometime in, well, this was uploaded in 2015. So, I mean, it's 2025. I don't know how it could be 9 years ago. All right, let's watch this video. It's only 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Let's watch it from the beginning, and I will critique it because, well, it's really bad. First of all, that intro, man, that whatever you want to call it.
Hey guys.
Whatever you want to call that introduction, that was horrible. Just wanted to say that. Let's go.
Welcome to our channel, Dub Club. I'm Izzy.
And I'm Taras. In this channel, we're going to take you on our journey of modifying our Volkswagen.
Not too bad, honestly. Not too bad. But I think that's where it turns bad.
I have a Volkswagen Golf TDI, and he's got a GTI, Mark IV. Yep.
That right there. That was all. So that was like 19 seconds of dialogue. And that's it. I can't believe, I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I can't believe that I thought that this was a decent video. And the problem is that I actually did think that this was a decent video because this was the first one that I ever made. So I was probably like proud of myself, which can't believe that. Second of all, I actually recently watched this video and I can't believe that I didn't just cut the different scenes. Why did I fast forward myself walking around, moving the camera around? I don't know. Moving on. Oh, let's go a little bit this way. All right. Let's play it. I made it a little funny there. That was pretty good. Like, who wants to see this? And why the hell is this music so loud? The music is like twice as loud as our voices were in the beginning. You know, it's one of those things. That's a pretty hard picture if it wasn't shot with a potato. But the Jolf is looking snazzy. Man, I miss those wheels. Those wheels were freaking cool. I miss that Golf. That was a cool car, man. So much time, so much work, so many firsts with that car. That was cool. Why didn't I just cut? Why the hell did I fast forward through the random walking around? I don't know. Gimbal stabilizers. Man, do they improve a shot. This is a 2.5-minute video, and it already feels like it's a lifetime, man. This is the longest 2.5 minutes I've ever spent in my entire life. This GTI was all stock. Had a front mount though. Ejectocito, cuz. It still hasn't been it's only been 1.5 minutes. Why didn't I put any dialogue in this thing, man? That was a freaking cool car.
I got a KO for
Here's the bloopers.
turbo. Why am I touching my? That's okay. We can edit that. It's
I
like
got one.
everything.
Dude, I was so cringy.
Good.
Every fucking thing.
We're not gonna redo that beginning part. That was good.
Yeah.
And
No, it wasn't.
you know what you should always say? You always say "Yep." I always say something. You're like "Yep."
I did.
Yeah.
Just me being an asshole. Nice.
Fuck it. Never saying yup again. Everything. Hey guys, welcome to Dub Club.
Being an asshole again.
What are you doing? All right. Hey guys, welcome to our channel Dub Club. I'm Izzy.
Dude, it was so awkward filming this. I remember, like, I can't. I just remember feeling like an absolute idiot filming this. And first of all, well, the camera is way too low. It should be up higher so that we're eye level with the camera, but we're not. And well, man, I remember how awkward that was. But it was a good time. It was fun, man. Miss those days.
Mr. Ross.
Oh my god.
That was so good. You ruined it.
This is the Ross, guys.
And today we're gonna do a cat.
Okay. This is the outro scene. Why in the hell didn't I zoom as close as possibly possible on myself and Izzy and the GTI to try to minimize the amount of just junk in the shot. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the shop that I spent my entire childhood in. They're back there. That's actually waterlogged, and there's actually a hole through the wall there. This is made of drywall. There's a wooden section here. This area right here to the left of the lift, that's actually one of those big elevator shafts. The elevator was, I'm assuming, big enough to take a car. I don't know what it was rated for weight-wise, but that was a huge elevator. And to be honest with you, I was never quite sure to be honest with you, I was never quite sure if the elevator was all the way down or if it was somewhere up above where it could come crashing down at any point. And I remember we used it as like a storage place, which, as you could see in this, so obviously you can see in this shot here that, well, it looks like everything was storage in this shop because there was just trash, junk all over the place. But that was the storage where we kept like tires, random parts, just a bunch of crap. And every time I have to go in there, I would like try to see what I need to go grab before I actually step foot into the elevator shaft, and then just go run in real fast and try to grab it and run out. And that's just because I was terrified that the elevator would come crashing down on my head. So yeah, and again, no heat, no safety, nothing in this place. So, that's where I grew up. All right. So, obviously, looking at that video, you could probably accurately infer that, well, you're right. I'm not gonna blow up. This videos are junk. They're trash. And somehow I personally managed to make them even worse than they ever. I literally cut every single good piece of content that I had out because I guess I was afraid of looking weird or stupid or I don't know, but I made myself look weird and stupid even worse than if I just left all the random things of issues and whatever came up that I was too afraid to actually show you guys. But that's what makes good content is the fact that it's made by people, It's made by a person who isn't perfect, but who figures out a solution despite that. And that's exactly what I did in every one of these videos, but I cut out all of that, all the good part, and I just left you guys with random crap that didn't really help. So that was the first video that I ever posted on YouTube. It went up. Let's see if there's a date. Dang, there was some guy that commented Said I dig this. You guys ever out near the Medina area? Which I should have replied and maybe made a friendship, but I didn't. Man, that black Mark IV looks good. VW of Canada admin? I don't know why. It's crazy how many, I don't remember any of these comments, but I'm going to share the screen back with you guys. So that crappy ass video got pretty good response. I dig this. You guys ever out near Medina area? Man, that black Mark IV looks good. Where are you guys from? Good luck with your channel. What exhaust are you running on the GTI? I don't know why I put that. I don't know why I thought it was funny, but I should have seen what this dude was about. Wow, that's actually kind of inspiring. Can't believe that I got any good responses on that video, but you know, that's nice. All right, on to the next one. Maybe we should do the video that I'm most proud of on my current channel. And that would be, I think the video that I'm most proud of is this one right here. Jetta.
Dropping buckets. Yeah, like it's nothing. In the kitchen chopping onions. Tears falling down.
You remember Izzy's Jetta, right? We swore we'd get it down the strip years ago. And even though life happened and stuff got in the way, it's back. And this time, it is out for blood.
Don't worry about my past for me. I'm driving with no gasoline. It's like my lips a fantasy. Yeah, I do this for my dog.
All right, sir. Let's see if this piece of crap is gonna fire up. Just kidding, it's not a piece of crap. What are you doing? Sir, that didn't work.
I think I have to activate the ignition.
It's been so long that I feel like I need to take you back all the way to the beginning. Wow, you know, I think that that's a pretty good quality video, honestly. There's so many shots. There's so many just nostalgic moments that going back through all this footage now, I'm like, man, dude. It's so nostalgic to watch 10 years of working on cars. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I forgot. It's really fun to go through and rewatch it. And obviously the projects, they got better. Yeah. Let's find the next video. I'm actually really curious to rewatch this old content because I'm really curious to rewatch this old content that I made because, like I said, I don't think that I've ever really watched it start to finish. I don't think I ever really did. I think that if I remember correctly, I just hacked it up and just sent it. So let's watch this. How to install a high flow cat. 19,000 views, by the way. And check out this shop. Just check it out. We're gonna see more of the shop in this video, so I'm excited. Let's do 1080p. See what
Guys,
happens.
welcome to the Dub Club. I'm Charles and this is Izzy. And today we're going to be doing a follow-up video on the cat delete on the GTI. We're going to be putting in a proper high-flow cat.
Follow up. That's the second video I uploaded. I don't know what the hell I'm talking.
So it's been about 2 weeks now. The trick with the O2 sensor worked. I've had no check engine light since then. But right now we're gonna take off the cat delete and put on a high flow cat because it's illegal to do it where I am. So I suggest if you're gonna do it.
Slow down, brother. It's tough. I've only recently started to get a lot more comfortable on camera, and it's tough. Like he's going like a mile a minute over there.
He did. Make sure your state allows it.
Also, by the way, I just wanted to add.
Alright.
My freaking shoe looks horrible.
Do it where I am. So I suggest if you're gonna do what we did, make sure your state allows it.
Alright guys, let's lift the car up.
Oh my gosh, dude. Why did I cut it? Why did I make it so much louder and I just hard cut that? That's horrible. Also, it's so much louder than our voices. Incredible. Also, why the hell did I have the whole lifting the car up from start to finish? It's been way too long. It should have been already onto the next shot. That's insane that I put that in there. Okay.
It's the black thread now, guys. We sprayed it black.
Such a horrible job.
I know, it's so hard to...
That's so ugly and it's so terrible. But dude, to be fair, if I remember correctly, we had literally no parts for this. I think Izzy thought that he may have had something to like build this out of, but he didn't, obviously, as you can tell. And well, this was just, it was like a Hail Mary, let's just do something that can get this car off of this freaking lift and get it home type of deal. I wonder what car that is on the frame machine. That kind of looks like my Golf, to be honest with you.
Well, though, like this, like overhead.
Yeah, I know.
Never mind, it's not my Golf because my Golf was already finished.
Off right here. You just fucking bolt out.
What cars are in the shop? I'm curious.
I know, it's so hard to load though. Like this, like overhead.
Lord?
Yeah, I know.
Off right here. You just fucking bolt.
Mike must have been here shooting. There's an Accord. This thing was brand spanking new at the time. Golly. That looks like a Mark IV. Looks like a black Mark IV. There's a Golf. Oh, there's my Golf. So I don't know what Mark IV that was. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm gonna fucking throw up. Sorry for cursing, but this is just horrible. Oh my gosh. Why didn't we just set the camera up on a tripod or on a toolbox. We didn't have tripods at the time, but we could have set it on like something instead of just and including that fast forwarded. It's just an insane move, but onwards. I tell you what, I've included the worst shots that I possibly could, and I've slowed down the worst shots that I possibly could. Incredible. That is a long tool.
Take it up.
We're taking off the good side of the cat.
This 9 minute and 51-second video should have been like 2 minutes.
I'm cutting off the nuts because the bolts are too rusty to take off, so we're gonna.
I don't understand why the bolts are too rusty to take off. I think what I may have done is I may have not even ever removed those bolts. I think that I may have welded that whole pipe up on the car, and that's probably why. I'm assuming the nuts are too rusty because they haven't been removed not once. I'm guessing.
Cut all the nuts off and hit them out. It's the only way to get them out.
Or you could eat them.
You could eat them.
Could eat it.
Alright guys, so what we're gonna do right now is, because we can't get the angle grinder up to get the top one, so we're gonna cut it off right here, and then it'll be easier to get to the top one.
That friggin' face mask that's just covered in crap. Like, look at that shop. Everything. And there's nowhere to even stand in that thing, dude. Everything's covered in crap.
Alright, so I'm gonna. I can't actually reach the top of the pipe with the angle grinder either, so I'm gonna hit it with the Sawzall. Like a boss.
He almost chopped off my face last time. Let's hope it goes well.
That's so funny. Man, I miss these days.
Alright, we got it cut off. Now we're just gonna grind the top one off, and we'll hit the bolts out like a punch or something. It would be good.
We tried knocking these out with a punch, did not budge. We also tried using this wrench. Nothing's going on.
That's so funny. Like, who let us idiots do any of this? But honestly, I didn't really ask for permission. Because, well, that's just the way I do it.
So we're gonna try heating it up, as you can see with that. And hopefully, with the expansion and everything, comes softer, we can move it out later.
Alright, let's get rolling. Shining.
You can track it actually.
Is it turning? Shining. Alright, now just move it back and forth. Back and forth. That'll get it loose. That'll get it all loosey-goosey just like you want it, you know what I'm saying?
No. No, I don't know what you're saying, dude.
Okay.
Slide on over.
Oh, there you go.
Right now, get a little. Ooh, bam.
Oh, yeah,
You
there
just
you
need it
go.
hot enough to get that rust knocked off. That's all. That's all that's holding it.
We just got one more left, guys. And it looks like the strategy is working, so it should be out in no time.
Start heating it up.
Actually, I don't know if I will. I can't get my wrench in there, so I'm just gonna try to punch it out. Hopefully it works. You don't have to keep it straight. Push it down.
My dad still has that hammer to this day. Still going strong.
Ah, we got it. Oh,
Yeah, that's where my fucking exhaust leak is coming from.
Probably hot.
This is what break time looks like for Dove
I like this part.
Club. We got some kettle chips, barbecue.
Alright guys, we got the brand new cat, came in. Got that Accord, got that Audi AA. Shipped to us. Yeah, we're gonna go weld it in right now. This is not the cat from the old video, that's for sure. That'd be weird if it was. Brand new. Alright, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna cut the flange that we cut off earlier, maybe half an inch from the actual flange, and we're gonna weld this cat onto there, and then from there we're gonna see how long the other side's gonna be, and we'll go from there. And this is why we need scripting, because scripting takes care of all this nonsense. Although I will say that I am trying to figure out a way to actually use scripting for more of like these project-based videos, and it's actually kind of hard. I think that's why people do voiceovers and whatnot, because it's I guess I can't think of a way to script something like that without editing it down, going through it, and being like, okay, I should add this, I should add that, I should add this, and then just voice those parts over, which is, I think, what's going to end up happening for my future videos here. So right now I'm just gonna. That's the IT Performance Fab, the roots right there. We did end up getting a TIG welder, you know, stainless steel, whatever, stainless aluminum. We can do all that now, but this is where we started. I'm gonna mark how we want to weld it, just to make sure that it's straight when we get it on. Didn't have no marker. Alright, so my dad's still welding with that welder, man. Those Lincoln welders are just insane. I actually just bought the same welder for myself. So bought it used, $175. Guy came and dropped it off in my house. So hoping that it wasn't stolen. About to just tack it on and weld it in. One thing, real quick. The one thing that I did want to say is, I think what I want to do in these live sessions is, and something that I was going to do in just videos, but I think it actually makes more sense to do it live. I want to go back through the videos like I'm doing now. So maybe this will be a segment, you know, 1 hour or something of the live session, where I go back through my old videos and I try to identify what I did wrong, essentially, because I did a lot of things wrong. And, well, I did a lot of things wrong for 10 years straight. And then only recently have I started to think about YouTube as an actual art form, I guess, instead of just putting random crap and seeing what takes off. It's like, yeah, you could throw crap at the wall and see what sticks, or you could try to develop a sort of method, you know, something to be a little bit more precise as far as what will actually work. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And that's what I feel like I've been semi-successful at it. Obviously, I haven't blown up the YouTube thing, but I feel like the content has improved significantly. And so if I keep on this trajectory, it only makes sense that at some point, hopefully, I will have enough followers and whatever to consider myself successful. So that is going to be a segment of these 4-hour sessions. So let me get back to the video. Sorry about the interruption.
This is my second time ever welding, so don't judge the work, guys. It's just correct.
Dude.
Blind, right?
Yeah.
I'm fucking blinded from watching Izzy that one time. Fuck.
Insane that he's just welding with one hand. It's going to be so unstable. But
Why'd you watch me?
I don't know, but there's like a dot directly in the center of my vision. It's gonna be bad. Oh yeah, hold up.
you can just tell by just looking at it. That's probably the worst weld in the world.
Oh,
you
dude,
guys
that's
are
so
shit.
bad. I did spot.
You guys, those are some really shitty welds.
I don't even know how I'm gonna do.
That's what's up right there. Dude, look at my fucking weld.
You see?
Look at that shit.
Wow, dude, like fucking muddy
That's
water.
what's up.
Perfect.
That's not what's up.
You're gonna grind that up.
You know, I have another quick interruption for you guys. And that is, oops, sorry. And that is to say, man, I got the best friends in the world, man. They have stuck by me, even though I feel like I was just the biggest asshat to them back in the day, man. I guess I thought I was smarter than them. I don't know. But I was just, as you can even see from like the little interactions that I included, I just feel horrible about the things that I said and did. So sorry, Izzy. Sorry, Mike. You know, you live, you learn. What can you do? But thank you guys. You guys are truly the best.
Alright guys, so we're gonna cut off the exact length of this that we need. We're gonna measure it up over here. And we're just gonna weld it in and put the cap back in. And we're actually just gonna cut through that part because it's gonna be really long.
Same as that.
It's just gonna be the same as this side anyways. Alright. Okay, so we cut off the other flange to the exact length that we need it. It fits just right. So now we're just gonna hold it up exactly how we want it and tack it on, and then we're gonna unbolt it and weld it in on the ground. We're just putting the cap back on. We painted it red because Izzy's got mad.
There was no other paint. Look you guys.
Oh man. Yeah, I actually like this. The cuts were much better. Obviously, there wasn't half an hour of time lapsing in between every little tiny job. So, that's cool. Back to the video.
Izzy painted the color of his emotions.
It's red for horsepower.
Just being an asshole for no reason. Nice.
Red for angriness.
The terrace is cleaning up. We're about to head home. We're all
About to head home. Cleaning up. There ain't nothing to clean up, man. The whole shop's a mess. Oh, sorry.
really, really long to put this dumbass cat on. It took us really, really long. The terrace is cleaning up. We're about to head home. We're all really tired. It took us really, really long to put this dumbass cat on. It wasn't like even like just the welding or anything. It was just putting these bolts on. It took us at least an hour because we had to find bolts and nuts. because we didn't buy anything. But the top ones were such a hassle just to put on. If you like, look, there's barely any like hand space. So yeah, I can't stress enough, preparation is key. Make sure you got all the right tools. Make sure you got all the right bolts and everything like that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed
Some sound advice, honestly.
the video. Like, subscribe, comment what would you like to see us do next video. Alright, have a good one. Today's video is going to be about us mounting the intercooler upward because the way it's set up right now.
I guess I must have deleted that. Oh, sorry. I guess that I must have deleted that. The second video I ever posted, which was us making that. Can't delete garbage. So, yeah. I do like the background though, man. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to work on it a little bit. I got the DSM hood right there. My drifting helmet, motorcycle helmet, Talon taillights. Pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Oh, hold on. I forgot about the boopers. Let's go back. Man, I love that I included those. I should start doing that again. But I don't really have many boopers anymore. It is so much more fun doing this with somebody else than doing it alone. There's just so much more enjoyable content that you could, use for the videos. Doing this alone is very much more boring and, well, it is what it is.
With a punch.
Oh, dude, I haven't been recording the whole time.
Fucking kidding me?
First of all, I wanted to say that flame is set up entirely wrong. Where is it? That way. That flame is set up completely wrong. Obviously, you can tell it's not even. It's just, I don't know, just burning straight argon, I guess. No oxygen. But, it is what it is.
Oh my god, I'll knock you out.
Blooper reel.
You gotta really contract your asshole.
Once it cooled down, it contracted so the actual thing can get on it.
Weird kid shit, I guess.
Alright,
We got some cigarettes.
Smoking's bad.
what's up, guys? It's Izzy.
Everything's worked out fine. Still no the trick. Come on.
Still know the trick.
But today we're just gonna be doing this.
And from there, we're gonna see how long the other side's gotta be, and we'll just fuck. A porn star. Gonna be such typical VW guys.
Yeah. The vape, low and slow.
Hold on, I'm already.
Hold on, I'm not ready. Yeah, Krusty Krab pizza. A man should never be treated this way.
That's so funny. I can't believe it. We had some good times, man.
Guys, welcome to Dub Club.
We had some really good times, man. Missed the days. Ugh. Let's see. What else do we have? How long is the next video? 8 minutes. Let's do a quick one. It's crazy how few videos I made. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 videos in a year. 2 videos this year. That's why I didn't take off. No freaking. All right. Let's just do a quick analysis. Okay. So, like I said, 7 videos the first year from whenever this was. Looks like summertime. Then 2 videos, 2 bike videos, then 2 videos this year, then okay, this is where I probably started going pretty ham. So then we did. Oh, okay. So this is actually
Hey guys, welcome.
this right here. This is actually the video that I originally posted after that first introduction video. So this would be before the reinstallation of the cat video. And I think that there was an issue with some sort of issue with audio or volume or whatever, but I ended up re-uploading it. So let's watch this one. This one actually got 133,000 views. Let's first check out the comments. This makes me feel like watching some early 2000s MTV show. That's not a bad that's not a bad comment. That's actually a really nice comment. This is by far the jankiest setup I've ever seen. Yup. You are by far correct, my friend. The debris in the cat is ceramic. Yep. LOL has a car lift but doesn't know what's coming out of the cats. To delete it, poke it out. It's a lot cheaper than a new catalytic converter. I didn't want to ruin the cat at the time. That's why we didn't do that. The welds hack job. Correct. If you can get the catalytic converter off, couldn't you just knock the rest of it out and reinstall it? I didn't want to destroy the cat. Sounds nice, boys. Thank you. But it doesn't. Any improvement with the cat delete? Didn't reply. I used to like never reply to messages either, or comments, which is stupid. The fact that is a VW Golf 4 makes it even better. I love Golf 4. Is this fully straight pipe? Dude, I cannot believe the amount of positive comments. This is insane. I need to reconsider my, I guess, style here, man. I got a lot of good comments on this. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I never read these. That I mean, I responded to a lot of them, I guess, but I can't believe that I actually got pretty decent comments on this. And I will have to get some sort of better setup going for this because, well, this is slightly annoying having to move it with my finger. Anyways, that's crazy. Let's watch it.
Welcome to Dub Club. We're just a brand new channel about fixing up cars. Me and him are rookies. I'm pretty new to this car stuff, but he knows what he's doing. And today we're gonna do a cat cleaner on my own GTI.
I didn't know what I was doing. I will say, this freaking intro, I think this is the coolest intro I've ever made. I love this thing. I actually might remake this for the new channel. This is super cool. I don't know what sound that was, but
He's gonna go ahead and explain what we're gonna do exactly.
So we're gonna cut the cat off. We're gonna smack this pipe in this. This is a 2.5-inch steel pipe. We're gonna make a hole for the oxygen sensor. Hopefully get rid of that check engine light.
You don't want to check engine light, guys.
Check engine light's in bad.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and lift this and get started.
oh, you see what I did there? I zoomed in to try to get a little bit less of the shop mess.
This is right here is the catalytic converter. You're gonna unbolt it, chop it off, and all the pipe right here. Hopefully it'll be good. We just found out that these 2 bolts right here, actually these 3, there's another one up there, they're pretty rusty, so we're just gonna, what we planned before is take all the bolts off, cut these, and then weld a pipe between the flanges, and then just reattach them with the bolts. But since these are
Man, I wish we would have actually recorded what the hell we're talking about instead of that wheel.
too rusty to take off, that's not gonna happen. So what we're planning to do is just take this side off, and since there's flex pipe over here, we just bend it down, cut it, weld it, and then bolt this side back on. And hopefully that goes well.
So we bought this pipe. It's 2.5 inches, and we just unbolted the cat, and we found out that it's 3 inches. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a coupler from this scrap piece of 3-inch pipe that we have. So it's just gonna weld onto the
I wish we never would have did this.
pipe, and then this piece is gonna weld onto that, and the same thing on the other side.
And here is the kit. Alright. That's cool. What was that?
Rocks.
Rocks can get into a catalytic converter. Maybe just back to the pipe.
To be honest, I did not know that what the hell that was. I thought it was just rocks. So sorry.
This is the 3-inch pipe, this is 2.5. As you can see, they're not gonna go together, of course. So we're gonna cut slits into here, compress the pipe, and then it's gonna be able to be inserted into the 2.5. Then we can just weld around it. Let the pros handle it, huh?
Should look something like this. And you're just gonna bend this side, these pieces in. It's gonna be smaller.
So all we need is just a little piece of pipe right here. I'm gonna cut it off right there. Just put it on the inside, and then we're gonna weld them together. That's gonna be it. This is like
Alright,
the worst.
so we took off the oxygen sensor right here so that we can bolt this on. And then we put it in. And
Okay, this is the worst possible ever frickin' video in the history of videos. God, I wish I would have just been smarter.
this. After that, we're gonna weld this onto this bolt, go right here, like that basically, so that the oxygen sensor is further away from the exhaust gas that's coming from here, so that I won't read a engine light
Holy crap, that frickin' cat delete looks rough.
on the dashboard. So we're just gonna spray paint this so it doesn't rust out.
Blue.
It's gonna be blue because that's all we have right now. You know.
And it's also faster when it's blue.
Embarrassing. You know, it's crazy that I had my golf basically tricked the hell out when I was doing this kind of stuff.
So we're just putting on the bolts right now, and we're basically done. We just gotta put this part on right now and put the O2 sensor.
Alright, there it is, the final product. There's an oxygen sensor. Hopefully it won't get a code. And then all bolted in. It looks like it's true, but welding over your head is kind of hard.
I will say, that thing sounded pretty good.
Get that smile out of your face.
The VW belt buckle, brother.
We're just gonna keep here for like 3 hours.
Completely tearing apart my car. The Assembled Part 3. That's a cool. I like that.
There's smoke coming out of my glove. My left glove. I'm like, where's it coming?
uh-oh.
No, I was like, see it. I'm like,
I remember we had such a fun time, dude. That was awesome. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to take another break. It's gonna be 10-minute break or so. And I will get back. So sit tight. Fast forward. All right. I realize that this probably isn't the best live show. So if anybody ever watches this and has any suggestions for me, please let me know. What would you like to see? What can I do better? I'm gonna try to brainstorm some stuff and try to make it better on my own. I did not a whole lot of planning for this one because I was trying to, as I stated before, I was trying to kind of free up time, but I think I freed up a little bit too much time, and yeah, definitely need to have some sort of structure to this thing. I'm going to start writing stuff down because I might as well use this time because I don't think that there's going to be a lot of people watching this. So I might as well use up this time to brainstorm some ideas. So what I'm thinking is this. I'm thinking we're going to do 1 hour episodes, 1 hour live episodes with 15 minutes of Q and A at the end. So that way I do provide you guys some value, but there's also a little bit more of like an entertainment factor to it. The first 45 minutes are going to have an entertainment factor to them. I think that I actually just brainstormed a couple of ideas with my lovely wife, and she mentioned that maybe I could do like a movie scene review or something like that. So like car scenes in movies, I'd play a quick scene, and then we can kind of discuss how realistic or how unrealistic, that scene is. Or we could do like a quick 5-10 minute segment on, you know, automotive news. What's the latest and greatest in automotive tech, auto shows. Actually, I've kind of always wanted to find another show that is like H2O, and I believe that it's probably like Gatlinburg or something like that. But H2O in 2014 was really freaking cool, and if I could find a show that's like that, I would love to attend. Something kind of where there's an actual show, but then like H2O, there was the whole weekend before where people would just cruise down the strip, whatever, have a bunch of fun. So I would love to do something like that, and to actually figure out what show that would be. But yeah, this thing definitely needs to have some sort of structure to it. Because I do realize that in the beginning of this thing, I kind of talked in circles a little bit, and that's simply because I went unscripted again. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a little bit of brainstorming right now. So. This is interesting. If there are any YouTubers that are watching this, what kind of what's your process for brainstorming? What's your process for creating ideas? I think for me, it's just brute force sitting here and thinking. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I'm going to be I think that I'm going to be only doing 1 hour videos. 4 hours is way too long. I'll be honest with you. I did not expect it to be this long. I thought it was just going to kind of fly by. And I honestly thought that I could do 4 hours of just Reddit posts, and no, I can't. So I'm going to do 1 hour episodes. I'm going to probably split them up into like 10 different segments per se. So like an intro, quick intro, whatever. And then maybe 8 different segments. So like automotive news, maybe some storytelling, you know, 8 different things that I can then chop and put into separate videos for just regular uploads. So that would be insane if I can do 5 or even 8 videos a week. That's crazy. That would be pretty cool. So I should do that for sure. And that way I can kind of hopefully keep attention, keep the attention span of a lot more people, because my wife brought up a good point. If I did what I was planning on doing, where I was just doing like 4 hours of Q&A, then I don't know if I'd gain many subscribers, because people would come on, get their questions answered, and then they'd just dip and they'd never watch again. Versus if there's an entertainment factor to it, hopefully I could persuade more people to stay and watch the actual videos. So that's certainly a good idea. And man, I mean, 8 video uploads a week would be sweet as well. Even 5 or even 3. So this kind of seems like it would be full time. It seems like it would be about the same amount of work that I'm doing now with the editing that I was doing, but instead of doing a lot of editing, I will be doing a lot of planning, and then one day executing, and maybe one day just chopping it up into the segments and posting, and then setting up a posting schedule for the week. So that's a good idea, though, man. I think that would work best. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, 1 second. So then the question becomes, what do these segments, what should they be? Certainly one will be automotive news. One's going to be one story from my memory, one story that I think is worth sharing, automotive, obviously. Man, that freaking valve cover looks cool as hell. I like that. That's the valve cover off my Eclipse. Can't believe I sold that thing. It's crazy. It's a good idea, though. If you love cars, if you love talking cars, then come join me on my live show. It's going to be every Monday, 1 hour. Sorry, I was just trying to do a little bit of an ad. I guess I'm trying to use this time to make an ad, but I probably shouldn't. I should probably script it. Yep. Anyways, I'm going to try to brainstorm some ideas for segments. Now, what I have here So what I have so far, as far as segments, is story time, Reddit car saver. Yep, I like that. So it'll be like a can I fix it type of post, and I'll try to talk my way through it in a way to actually help you guys understand, help you understand if you can or can't fix it. Quick tech tip, I like that. So it'll be like a whatever tip that I have for that week. Like, hey, Harbor Freight sockets are just as good as Snap-on, if not better. Like that. Snap-on tools are actually junk. As far as okay. I actually talked to a shop owner not too long ago. Or he wasn't the owner, but whatever. He was friends with the owner, that's for sure. But I talked to this guy about tools, and I was talking to him, and I was like, I really don't understand the point of buying some expensive ass toolbox, like an $8,000 toolbox or whatever ridiculous amount. Especially if you're just starting out and you're just a tech and you're only doing it because the school that you go to is probably getting paid by Snap-on or whatever other company to push their product. So that's the only reason why they're telling you to do it. That's so shitty, actually. Wow, that's ridiculously shitty. And it's most definitely probably true. But you don't make that much money, man. It's horrible. I cannot believe that people buy such expensive boxes. Like I bought all of my boxes are just crappy Husky boxes, I guess. They've been working good for me for like 5+ years, and I got all of them used except for no, I got all of them used. The one that I have, the one that my wife got me, my wife's family actually got me new. I have it in my house, so that one doesn't count. But all the ones when I worked at the shop and my shop, all the ones when I worked with my brother, all those carts and boxes, I got all of them used, and I have maybe like $1,000 in boxes versus somebody who's got $8,000 in a Snap-on box for no freaking reason. But anyways, Snap-on ratchets, trash. Snap-on pliers, trash. Like, why does anybody buy Snap-on? And I think I know the reason. I was talking to a guy very high up at a shop. He's not a tech. He's in the office. But he said he originally bought his box because he wanted to feel like there's something that's going to hold him in the business or something like that. Like, so basically you're going to spend a bunch of money because you need something to tie you to being a mechanic. Like, that makes no sense to me at all. So that's insane. If I was starting off as a mechanic, I'd buy just whatever tools. Just there's things you can look for in ratchets, like if the ratchet has is held together with a bolt and not a C-clip, it's junk. Don't even buy it. Don't. It's junk. The bolt is going to come undone. The ratchet is going to fall apart. Uh, if you catch it and you tighten it up before it falls apart, that's great. If you don't, it'll fall apart and you'll most likely lose some little crap in there, and then your ratchet's junk. But what he told me is that he likes Snap-on simply because there's a Snap-on truck that comes around and replaces his broken tools and all that, which honestly, that's a brilliant strategy if you have crappy tools. But yeah, so that's why he bought Snap-on, is because he was wanting to quit his job, and his boss told him that he needs something to tie him to his job, essentially, which is insane to hear that and then to actually listen to that advice. It's crazy to me. But yeah, so I don't remember what the hell I was talking about. Again, if you're just starting off in the automotive field, dude, you're not going to be making a shit ton of money at all. Just find good tools like gear wrench ratchets, beautiful. Pittsburgh sockets, beautiful. I have been impacting with chrome sockets, impacting with those colored ones they have for years. And I never broke a single one of them. More recently, I've been using Blue Point just because I like how they look better, and I bought a couple sets on like buy one get one free deal. So I have a few sets of Blue Point sockets, which are also good sockets. But gear wrench ratchets, amazing. Blue Point, Pittsburgh, sockets are sockets for the most part. As long as you don't get something that's really Chinese, you'll probably be fine. What's that brand? For screwdrivers, I've used everything from Cobalt to Husky to Craftsman, all the same junk. That what's that one brand? I don't know. Yeah, so I guess that's the end of that rant. I've had my Eastwood TIG welder for probably 6 years now. It's been mint. Haven't had a single issue with that. So if you're looking for a cheap TIG welder, I would recommend looking into the Eastwood one. It does stainless. I've done with the Eastwood welder. I've welded engine blocks that are cracked. I've welded transmissions that are cracked, like thick parts. I've welded, obviously stainless piping, aluminum piping, intercoolers, tubular front ends. Basically, I welded everything that you would want to weld if you're working on a car, and it did very well with all of those. What else? 3 hours and 5 minutes, you guys. This is insane. It's been a hell of a ride. 4 hours is insanely long. I can't believe that I thought that I was going to do 4 hours every week. Hey, the one guy that's in here, what kind of tools do you use? Basically, right now I'm just trying to plan out the next series of videos, because this isn't going to work. This is insane. 4 hours is way too long. I think, like I said, I'm going to do 1 hour. I'm going to do something where I could get like 8 segments, 8 standalone segments that I could then edit down into, 5-6 minute videos and post it separately. And yeah. Let's see. Tour hack of the week. Philosophy reflection. Let me see. I'm actually working with ChatGPT right now to kind of plan out better episodes. Yep, started at 8. Yeah, this is insane. 4 hours is so fucking long. But it's all right. Yeah. I'm going to stick to 1 hour next time. But I'm thinking that I have a pretty good idea for this shit. I could do like a bunch of content from this one live. If I break it down into like 8 sections that I could just upload each section. It's like 8 videos a week plus a bunch of shorts. Oh man, this is crazy. 4 hours is intense. Yes, sir. 40 more minutes. I'm gonna make myself sit here and set it out because I'm not gonna give up, but I'm also gonna use this time to plan better for next time. I could do a dumbest of Reddit, automotive Reddit thing. So, like, for example, I just found this one. So I'm a technician over at Toyota. Today I made the awful mistake of leaving a tire loose on a damn brand new Tacoma, and it's bad. Needs new studs, a wheel, and a hub. It's looking like 2K in repairs, at the very least. I'm prepping for the worst, but praying for the best. I've seen some dudes lose their jobs here for leaving a wheel loose, and even though I've never had a comeback in my tenure here, I feel like they don't take leaving tires loose too nicely here. Yeah, it's pretty dumb, but honestly, the rest of this guy's post is very grounded and heartfelt, and I hope that he kept his job. It's been 5 years since that post was made, so I guess we'll never know. Or we can go through this Reddit page. This seems pretty good. Let me see real quick. Look at this. Just rolled into the shop. Young guy bought a modified WRX and managed to turn the piston into powder in less than a month. Sheesh. Unfortunately, it's a WRX, so that's pretty common. Customer states steering wheel shaky on turns. What the hell is going on? That's insane. Customer states my brakes are squeaking. Oh my goodness. Why is this water pump so insane? Jesus. That wheel's bent. What the hell is going on? That's insane, dude. I blew up a water bottle one time with compressed air. That thing blew up so freaking loud. I think my eardrums were ringing for like 3 days afterwards. I'm assuming he wasn't supposed to go here, but I don't know. I know nothing about airplanes. That's hilarious. Service service writer said he paid for a cancer policy, and by God, he's going to use it. That's funny as hell. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. The hell is that? What is that? How did it do such a perfect hole?
And you got this stupid shit.
What do you think?
Hey, what the fuck? I'm afraid to ask. I don't think I'm. First of all, what in the fuck?
What's going on?
And you got this stupid shit.
That's
Hey,
incredible.
what the fuck? I'm afraid to ask. I don't think I want to know.
That's crazy. Never seen anything like that before. Freaking Mark 4 VW. If it doesn't start, I give the pump a good whack. Yikes. Jeez. That's insane. This dude drove off like this? Holy crap. How do people have the best luck in the world? How, dude, if that was me, that thing would be gone. That's insane. Oof. That sucks. Whole new engine harness because the tire blew out. Chevy, of course. Holy crap. Wow. That's such a bad weld job. Who did this? That's horrible. $500 though. That's what you get. Yeah, buddy. I think you might. That hitch is fucking hilarious. Yikes. I don't even believe this. Sheesh.
Yeah, okay. Just hold it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Holy Lord. Yeah, that's not what your car should do.
That's almost what my Element drive shaft looked like. Oh, getting tired, man. That sucks. Mercedes for you. Unfortunately, that's Mercedes for you. Damn. That's called milkshake right there. That's not brown food. That's coolant and oil. Transmission. Guessing something to do with shifting. It's funny. Yeah, well. Holy crap. Don't put anything on your steering wheel, you crazy animals. Well, at least it won't rust. That's insane. A V6, maybe. Wonder if this is like a Odyssey or something. It looks like it. Whoa. How the hell is that even possible? Oof. That's so unlucky. That's insane. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, he ignited quick, dude. It was like instantly. So I wasn't cranking more of like 5 seconds.
Hang on, hang on. See it shut. I'm trying to
Why
do
did it
something.
go open?
Holy cow!
Yeah, dude, it was on fire.
I was waiting for it to blow up.
I couldn't
Why
get
are they
the
doing
button
this?
off.
Oh man.
That's insane. Why did they keep opening the hood? Sure is, pal. Good job. Yep, that's done. So, what is this? That's so cute. Man, people have the most insane mind. Insane. Yikes. That's insane. Holy crap. I don't know what that is. Yeah, your water pump fell apart, brother.
Nice car, huh? But I bet you're wondering, does it come with snacks? Yes, it does.
Oh, Chex Mix. Oh man, I'm tired. Yes. Unfortunately, that's how the batteries are in these freaking cars.
Customer states radio display is incorrect. Yep.
Man, this is a cool car. Beautiful. That's cool. That's really cool. I need to get better at wiring, man. I just need to build a harness for something. Like this 3000 GT VR6. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is absurd, dude. The sketchiest hot rod wiring. Yeah. Oh my god, I'd hate life if that was my car. Oh, terrible. Well, at this point, I'm just torturing myself. And all of you guys, too. All of 0 of you guys. But at this point, I'm just torturing myself. Forcing myself to sit here and actually stick it out. Do the 4 hours that I said I was going to do. And we're going to start doing 1 hour. For sure. 1 hour is, I think it'll be good. Pack it full of action. And that way I won't get bored and you won't get bored, hopefully. And we'll all be happy. Oh, this is insane that people drive cars like this. Hmm. Whoa, that's pretty freaking cool. Stained glass panoramic sunroof. That's freaking cool as hell. I would pay $3,500 for this. That's amazing. This is insane.
Hey guys, I think there's something wrong with our van. Just put it in reverse. Drive. She's fine. Park. She's fine. Reverse. Oh no, this is a problem.
Damn. Wiring must be shorting out somewhere. That's insane. Whipple headers tuned. Would it make 809 horsepower? Sheesh. Can't see what that is. Drain plug or something? Junk ass freaking motors.
Fuck out of here, yo. She framed that motherfucker, man. God damn.
Hey, look at that. Probably needs a knuckle and a strut. It don't look straight.
God damn.
That's insane, man.
No fucking tires?
No shit.
Talking about put a fucking tire on a fucking rim. Ain't the tire not gonna seal this bitch?
That's insane. People are just crazy sometimes. Pretty good looking Honda though. Honestly. Five minutes. All right, guys. Anyways, I've learned a lot from this. This has been proof of concept. I'm still going to do the lives. I'm going to change the order. I'm going to change the length. I'm going to make it put a lot more planning into it. I'm going to plan this out a lot better next time. Sorry for I'm going to plan this out a lot better next time. This was a good example of how not to do it. Next time's going to be better. Appreciate you guys for watching. Well, you didn't watch. Nobody watched, but that's okay because I'm cool with that. I'd actually rather nobody watch this because this is just horrible content. But that's okay. I'll improve next time. Thank you guys. I'll see you.